If you want to continue to follow our adventure, click subscribe. So you don't miss anything, click the bell notification. I've talked about some of the dangers living out here in a nomadic lifestyle, and it is really fascinating to me how many people truly believe that the dangers are not real, that somehow I'm making them up. I see people who believe this idea that it's completely safe out here all over the place, especially when I make videos like this where I talk about some of the dangers out here. And I'm sure people are going to comment that says that doesn't happen to everybody. This doesn't, you're just unlucky. I get that all the time. I'm just unlucky. I don't believe in luck. I believe in statistics. And just the odds of something happening to just me has nothing to do with luck. It just happens to be that the crime rate's real high out here. But I see it all the time on Facebook. Someone said the other day in one of the groups, we went camping and someone in the middle of the night stole my Yeti right outside my camper. And it is absolutely incredible how people react to those kind of comments on Facebook. It was a simple statement. She wasn't criticizing anybody. She was just simply saying, my Yeti got stolen outside my camper. I've been camping for 30 years. I've never had anything happen to me. They don't explain the whole story. You wonder, did they ever leave their Yeti outside? What have they left outside that was so valuable that it was worth stealing? I know if I watch other YouTube channels, they always talk about generators getting stolen. And I agree, I keep mine locked up. So if crime isn't that big of a deal out here, then why do we see so much crime? I've talked about this a lot, and I'm sure everybody's going to know what I'm talking about. But my pop-up camper was burned down by someone. And they believe they know who it is. They just can't prove it. He's not a local. He's not anything. He's actually a nomad who lives out in the Florida area. They have 3 national forests in Florida. And this guy has a belief system that he has a right to everything in these forests. If it's there, he believes it's his. The National Forest Service told me that he sued the National Forest because they kicked him out because he kept messing up the bathrooms. So they said, get out. So he sued him, and he won. Said that he's allowed to stay there as long as everybody else is allowed to stay there. Doesn't matter what he did to mess up the bathrooms, he has a right to stay there. Now, see, the National Forest, the Apalachicola National Forest, and I think the Ocola National Forest, you could stay there unlimited with a pass that you bought. It's a year-long pass, and you can buy them for $40. Well, I think it was in 2012, they actually had to change the rules in those 2 national forests because of that one fella. Anyway, they suspect that he burned down my camper. He went in, and he stole the food out of my camper, and then burned it down to hide his crime. Is that unlucky, or is that just the way life is out here? We're way out here in the middle of nowhere. Way out here in the middle of nowhere. And there is crime going on. I don't know how many people, but mathematically, it would seem to me that if crime wasn't happening out here, with the amount of people that are out here, which aren't very many yet, that crime rate will be very low. But the first year we were out here, we were victimized. So statistically, I don't have all the numbers, I'm not a scientific analysis or anything, but statistically it sounds to me like the probability is pretty high. There is a lot of crime that goes on out here for something that people feel like there's never going to be a problem. Just last night I was watching a live feed from a big YouTuber, everybody knows who he is, I'm sure. He holds these yearly events to teach people how to be nomads. Everybody comes out to the desert. Well, this year, I think he's doing something new. I don't know if it's new or not, but I think it's new. And he's going to hold one of these events for just women. And in the live feed, he said one of the things they're going to teach in this women's event is how to protect yourself from women being assaulted. That's actually kind of interesting because, he's kind of an advocate about living this lifestyle. He's even said the crime isn't very prevalent out here. He has said that. But then he does think it's prevalent enough, and this is good. I'm not criticizing at all. But he does think it's prevalent enough that there is a special class for women to attend to learn how to prevent being victimized and assaulted. Well, again, I mean, I'm sure the imagination is, when I get out here, there's not going to be anybody around. Nobody, see? There's nobody. What you don't see is these people that pull up every now and then. Just the other day, a young girl pulled down in an old beat-up car. You know, had a donut for a spare tire on it. The driver's side fender was all damaged. And she parked down below us a little while. And I don't know, she just sat in her car. And Carolyn and I are talking the whole time about it. What, you know, wonder what she's doing. Maybe she's on the phone. Who knows? And then a few minutes later, she drove off. And it hit Carolyn. It occurred to her what she was probably doing. And it's true. It probably is, especially in this area. This woman was probably injecting herself with a illegal substance. But that's where they come to hide to do their crimes. They come out to the middle of nowhere because nobody's out here to catch them. There's this group, it's called the Rainbow Group. I don't know a lot about them, but what I do know is the authorities are very worried about this group, because when we were down in Florida, they were going to be moving from the Ecola National Forest to the Apalachicola National Forest, and they were going to hold a big event. The authorities came out to warn us that this Rainbow Group was going to come out, and said that we need to really watch our things and watch our back. Well, okay, so here's an actual group of people. The thing about the crime out here is there's nobody to call for help. Somebody said the other day, when you live in the city, whether you're homeless or you have a house or whatever, there's infrastructure there. It's a good word to use, infrastructure. Resources to help you in times of needing help. Out here, you're here all by yourself. Just like with the pop-up camper fire, when we got back, there were still flames. We couldn't call the fire department. There was no fire department. If we could get a hold of the fire department, it would have taken them an hour to get out there. So we had to put the fire out ourselves. You are the infrastructure. You are the resources. So, thanks for watching. Click like if you like the video. And happy travels.